Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Have you seen the makeup on the cast of The Real Housewives of Dubai and liked what you saw? Well, meet Maria Doyle, the talented Irish makeup artist behind some of those incredible looks. Based in Dubai, she's built a name for herself and her own new business, working with brides, celebrities and TV productions. We're here to learn all about it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, ladies. Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so happy to be here.
Looking fab bright and early, we must say.
I know. My team does a very good job. It was a 5 a.m. start, but we do what we have to do to keep it rolling.
So let's talk makeup. How did you begin your journey as a makeup artist?
That's a very good question. So at 16, I left school in Ireland, obviously, and I went on to do beauty therapy with a private school called Fernandez Capatici. At the time, I was very young, at 16, but I knew makeup was my dream and that's my destination. However, in Ireland at the time, there wasn't so much of a makeup industry, let's say. So I had to do the beautician side until I could get more into the makeup side. So once I done the beautician side, it was a 9-month, very intense course. I hated it because it was a lot of anatomy and physiology, which I'm no good at. I want to be like, practical and physical, not like theory wasn't my thing, and I don't want to touch people's feet. Do you know what I mean?
Is that a thing?
Yeah, because as a beautician, you need to touch people's feet.
Right.
So I just wanted to do the makeup. So I said, okay, I'm going to move into hairdressing. So then I moved into hairdressing. So then I had a combination of the two. And then I went to Australia and I was doing both there. And then I moved to Dubai 13 years ago. And again, I was doing hair and makeup here. But again, I only wanted to do makeup. So it took a while to get my feet on the ground. And then eventually I just got very lucky with the people around me and the jobs. I worked extremely hard, and then I was able to gain my own jobs. And yes, I've just now focused on makeup and makeup only.
13 years in Dubai, building a very impressive business. But can you go back to when you were 13? You said that makeup was always what you wanted to do.
Always.
Yeah. What was that one product at that time that you
loved?
loved?
It must have been like Maybelline or something. You used to have the blue eyeshadow. I think everyone was doing a pan stick, number 12.
Blue eyeshadow, YOLO.
No eyebrows. It was all in. Foundation on the lips. There was no such thing as colour. I have 2 older sisters, so one is 13 years older and one is 10 years older. So I suppose I watched them while I grew up, doing makeup and getting ready and things like that. So they are probably responsible for a lot of it.
That was me. That was me with my sister. I was just looking up to her and copying her makeup all the time. But now she copies me, by the way.
Oh, okay, well, that's good. That's good. They copy me now also.
I'd say so.
And my nieces, which is great. Do you know what I mean?
But times has changed because correct me if I'm wrong, but YouTube makeup now is huge, but back then you didn't have that.
We didn't have that, of course not. All we had was MTV and music videos and, you had the subscription and you watched the videos, and it used to be like watching the videos, and I used to always think I'm never going to make it as a singer, so at least I know I'm good at art, so I will give the makeup a try. But in Ireland at the time, it just wasn't there, so I had to explore somewhere else. That's why I went to Australia. I was there for 3 years. The industry was there, but it wasn't what I wanted. In my head, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be in the celebrity world, TV commercials, the social world. So that's why I came to Dubai and I made that my mission, and I think I've completed it now. Well, so far anyway. I'm not finished, but there's a lot to go.
Yeah.
So speaking of celebrities, can you share with us a list of celebrities you worked on?
I can speak about some of them. I've worked with, obviously, Tyra Banks, who's a huge celebrity, Eve, Nora Jones, all the cast of Dubai Housewives, of course, Chanel I Am.
Glamorous.
Is out there somewhere supporting me. She's behind the screen. She's waving in. Obviously, I work with Caroline Stanbury, Nina Ali, a lot of the girls. I've worked with so many over the years, honestly. A lot of people I work with also, I'm under NDA with them. So, there's a lot of political and A-list celebrities who come to Dubai and they don't want to be seen. They just want to have a good time. So they would be, kept under wraps for now.
And when you're working with someone high profile, and it must be a bit of maybe an intimidating environment, what kind of creative direction do you get from, let's say, the Real Housewives stars? Do they know exactly what they want, or do you run free?
No. So with an A-list celebrity, typically for me, you know, when I meet them, it's, you know, how we vibe. And that's how I treat them normally. Do you know what I mean? Because as soon as you meet somebody, you can get the feel, you can, you know, energy doesn't lie. So you know if you can get close to them and you know if you can't. So normally they will come with a brief, an assistant, someone in their team will tell you. But I think we have a bit of Irish charm, you know what I mean? We always get a bit more in, I find. So I always get a little bit more access. And, you know, at the end of the day, they're human.
Yeah.
Do you know, these people are actually human, and I think people forget this along the way, that, you know, these are actually human. They just want to look good. They're all here to do a job like any of us. So, you know, when you come to their level of understanding that they're also human, we're all doing a job, you know, we all get along very well. So I've yet to have a really difficult situation. I'm very, very blessed in that way. You know, I think the key is understanding their personality, their privacy, and, you know, what they want to achieve when they're here or how they want to look and things like that. So for me, energy is everything.
So do you prefer people to show you like inspos or to give you tips, or just work on them like a canvas?
No, work on a canvas. I find inspiration pictures really difficult because for me personally, it's my hand that leads the journey. Do you know what I mean? It's all got to do with facial structure, how somebody's eyes are. You know, I'm sizing them up as I'm talking to them. Like if they've small eyes, if they've big eyes, if they've smaller lips or bigger lips, or a rounder face or a less, you know, small face. While I'm talking, I'm already sizing them up, what I need to do to reduce or to enhance. So for me, it's all about it's like kind of surgery, but with makeup.
Yeah,
that's the way I look at it.
I can't come to you and be like, no, I want this Adriana Lima inspired makeup and expect to look like Adriana Lima.
I mean, to an extent, we can use some of, you know, she uses some darker eyeliner and things like that. But everybody has their own individual features, and it's okay to have your own features. Not everybody has to look like the picture of inspiration.
Yeah.
When you trust somebody, I've done your makeup before, Casey, as well. So you know, when you trust somebody, let them lead the way and they will give you the best look that suits you. That's the way I find it. Inspiration is amazing, but skin is different, texture is different. People are different ages, people have different eye shapes, eye colours, hairstyles. It's very hard to, you know, hold up a picture of somebody, you know, with dark hair and you with very fair hair, totally different eye shape, face shape. It's impossible to connect the two.
Have you ever had, like, I guess, diva moments before or after the makeup, or like if anyone's interested in doing makeup, like difficult clients, and how do you deal with that?
I've had one, and that's, to be honest, I've had one, and my assistant Jeannie, she is out there somewhere, she was with me. I did have a diva once, and I told her, I'm not doing it. Ooh. Literally, I'm done, because you're not listening to me. You do not look like this. It is not possible for me to make you look like this. What I can do is the best I can do, and if it doesn't work for you, fine, it doesn't work for me, because I don't want to participate in something you're not happy in and something I don't agree with. So this can be got to do with like hooded eyes, or, you know, when somebody just doesn't have the shape. You know, we're not plastic surgeons as makeup artists. You know, everyone wants that filtered face. A lot of people have imperfections, they have wrinkles, they might have acne. That, you know, we cannot get rid of that. We are not, you know, everything that people expect us to be. So all we can do is the best. Once you trust us and believe in us, you will get a great finished object or product. You know, you will love it. But if you're going to be a diva, and I'm giving you my advice, which I really follow because that's why I have my own style, if my style doesn't suit you, then I don't fit you either. That's the way I see it. So divas, no, I don't deal with them.
For you?
Yes.
So for beginners, and a lot of people listening might be beginners in makeup, they would want to know, what are the main 3 makeup products everyone should have?
I think the main 3, number 1 is eyebrows, because they frame your face. They are so underrated. So have your eyebrows done, a good mascara, and a nice lip oil. Because if you have your lashes enhanced, your eyebrows enhanced, a nice lip oil, you will look good. if you're going further into it, you know, obviously then you have foundation and blusher. But if you're starting, keep everything to your own skin tone at the start because it's easy to use and it's easy to blend.
Speaking of like eyebrows, just a follow-up question. Some people might say like for makeup to look better, you need to have thinner eyebrows. Is that true?
I think for the likes of Bella Hadid, thin eyebrows look amazing. I think on me, like, absolutely not. I've been there, I've done that. The thin eyebrows for me are out. Again, when I was working on the campaign for I Am Beauty with Chanel Ayan and Tony Malt, they had a beautiful African model and her eyebrows were so thin. And again, I'm not used to seeing them, so automatically I just want to build them. But it doesn't suit her. She suits these really thin eyebrows, you know what I mean? So everybody can pull off a certain look. Thin eyebrows is out for me, but for specific faces and features, it looks amazing. But I think a full brow is in.
Depends on the face feature. Basically.
Depends on the face features, yes. You know.
What is one common makeup mistake that you see all the time?
The wrong colour foundation.
Oh,
That is me all over. I like every time I'm in the airport and I'm like, and I have no idea. How do you find the right one?
Well, you really should be testing it in daylight, number one, because lights in airports or in stores they're really not good for testing makeup, you know. And of course, all the girls who work in store are sales assistants. So they have some sort of knowledge, absolutely, but their goal is to sell. So you should really pick between 3 shades and put 1 here, 2 and 3, and blend it in from your cheek into the neck. And the one that blends away and hides the most should ideally be your colour.
So would you say that it's really important to have foundation as a base? Because for me, I cancel that foundation for
I
my
can
makeup.
see that, yeah, but you have amazing skin, so it's not for everybody. Again, some of my clients, they don't have foundation, they just want lashes and eyes.
Just powder. That's
Powder, not even powder sometimes, just even like a primer, good skin prep, a nice lip oil, bushy brows, a nice like brown on the eye, lots of mascara, and that's it. Everybody is so different. You don't have to use foundation if you don't need it. But, you know, when you're on TV, it definitely helps.
Preach. What advice would you give for someone dealing with skin concerns? So like acne or hyperpigmentation, but they still want to use makeup. Like, can they still use makeup on a day-to-day basis?
They absolutely can. Again, if you have like open wounds and acne and things like that, you really shouldn't be putting anything on top of it. A lot of makeup contains alcohol and other ingredients that can be quite harmful. So definitely see a dermatologist, and if you're going to use something alcohol-free and just something very sensitive for the skin. Again, you can use it, but you know, dermatology is number 1. But if you're going to use something for very, very sensitive skin.
I think and we're really blessed to find makeup tips and makeup hacks on all over TikTok and Instagram. But there are multiple trends that are coming out on TikTok, such as follow your makeup according to the year you were born.
Oh, I know, I've seen this. I've seen this.
Or like the reverse eyeliner.
Yes.
What do you think of those tips?
You know, I think it's just a trend. You know, I really do. I love to watch it as well and get new ideas and inspiration. But, you know, there is a basis to makeup. And if you follow the simple steps, you know, there's only 5 or 6 of them. If you follow them correctly, you'll be fine. But, you know, even my mother is watching some of these videos. These videos are not going to suit my mother. Do you know what I mean? Everybody cannot follow the same trend because we're all so different. So, of course, it's nice to experiment and try different things. But then again, I see so many clients that have so much makeup in all the wrong colours and all the wrong shades because they're watching all these different videos and different tips. Again, I go into a lot of homes. I do a lot of like getting rid of old makeup and keeping what they have because a lot of times people have enough. They just keep buying more and more, and a lot of times things is the wrong colour, and if it's the wrong colour then immediately the makeup is wrong. So don't buy everything you see. Get good advice by a makeup artist,
True. I feel
and
like
all
I
you need
hoard-
is 6 or 7 really good products and you're fine.
I feel like I hoard products, makeup products.
Yes.
Yeah, me too.
You know, we're all guilty of it.
Yeah.
All guilty of it, including myself. But, you know, as an individual, all you need is 6 or 7 really good items and you're done. You know, you don't need the case of makeup I carry around. You know, no woman needs that.
We're coming into summer.
Yes.
So we need your expert advice on how do we stop our makeup melting?
That's a very good point. This is an old tip, I would say. Obviously, a lot of people are using setting spray. What we do in TV a lot is actually use hairspray.
Oh.
Yeah.
But every day?
Yeah.
You put it on your. It's safe to put it on your
Yes.
face. Oh.
Well, I mean, if it's going on your hair, it's going. If any makeup is going on your skin, it's the same as hairspray. So what we do normally, or what I would do as like a little secret pro tip, is use a setting spray, and it's always been hairspray, and that really sticks the makeup to your face and locks it in. It's like, you know, your hair doesn't move, your face doesn't move. Again, but now I know there's other brands coming out. There's really strong setting sprays, but for me, you know, I would just use hairspray.
I'll be honest, like setting sprays never worked.
This is the thing.
I don't know about setting sprays. I really don't.
That's what I mean. For me, like, I use what works. I know
work,
hairspray works, so I'm going to use it. Again, it's up to everybody if they want to use it or not. I know it works, so I go back to what works. It works, and if somebody's happy for me to apply it, I'm going to apply it.
Interesting. What a life hack. I'm going to try this out, actually.
It's better than reapplying powder and powder over and over, because you're going to get patchy skin and things like this. So you just want to set the face with hairspray, and then you're kind of done for the day, and no one will know.
Interesting.
Yes. So there's a
I'm mind
little
blown,
hack.
actually.
Yes.
I'm gonna
Try it later,
I'm
let
gonna
me
be
know
smelling
how
of
it is.
hairspray every morning, and this will be why.
Yeah. Especially under lights and things like that, or if you're on location and you can't be jumping in, and you know,
like adding.
it gets so hot in Dubai as well. At least hairspray
is the
really
thing.
locks
This
it
is the
in.
thing, yeah.
So of course it's, you know, full of alcohol and all these other crazy ingredients, but it works.
It works.
You know.
I genuinely could sit here talking makeup tips all day, but I
really?
know that you're a
Yes.
busy woman and
course.
you've opened up your
I
new
have,
spot.
of course,
What's
I have.
happening right now with you?
So I have opened up my new salon in Dubai Marina. It's on the corner of Tumani Hotel with Hair by Samir, as you will know, who has been my longtime business partner. And Sandra, who's a very good friend of mine, she does the semi-permanent makeup. She's also had a school in Ireland for 12 years. So we all know each other. Again, this situation has been proposed to us many times, but it hasn't worked. We've been so busy. And, you know, after 12 or 13 years, it just kind of landed now. Samir does the hair, I do the makeup, Sandra does the semi-permanent makeup. We are all individual. Nobody's getting in the way of each other's businesses. We're the best of the best, of course. You have to come to the salon. And, yeah, I suppose we just want to offer air services to, you know, regular people as well, because, of course, you know, we do a lot of TV and we're not so available, but we have amazing staff and, you know, everything is amazing, and we just want to share a bit more of that with the public, you know what I mean, at a more reasonably, you know, rate, and, you know, something more accessible than, you know, a private session with me or Samir or Sandra. So yes, lots of exciting more things to come from there as well.
So there's a full-on glam squad in Dubai Marina the next time you have an event.
There definitely is, and if we're not there, somebody will definitely look after you.
Love that.
Yes.
Speaking of some more hacks.
Oh, okay. I'm here for the hacks.
Just one last one, okay? Is it better to use kohl or liquid eyeliner? That's a personal question, because...
That's a very good question, actually. It depends, because I see you ladies have some eyeliners there. I am eyeing them up.
I have a liquid and a kohl.
Okay, it's very good. The kohl is definitely, for me, easier to use.
Yeah.
When it's the right one. I have my two favorite here. I have a brown one and I have a black one by Ion Beauty. What I like about these is they're gel, and they're very quick to apply, okay? They're creamy, they're quick, and you blend it out very, very fast. And it's, you know, it's available for anybody. Anybody can do it. You know, if you can't use a brush, you can rub it in with your finger. With, you know, the liquid pencil and things like that, it's more precise.
True.
So you want to be like really, really good at your eyebrow or eyeliner, because if not, your eyeliner just grows and grows and grows and grows, and you'll end up with somebody who has just like a full eye of eyeliner. With something like this, it's much easier to use, because again, if you don't have a brush, it just looks so good even if you just use your finger and smudge it in. So for me, you know, both have a time and place. But I'm definitely cream, pencil, gel kind of a girl, for sure.
I'm really excited to check these out. Eyeliner is the bane of my existence.
But the best of these is they're creamy, but they're dry. And when it dries, it doesn't budge. So when we're in Dubai and we're in the melting heat, this doesn't move. When you've budged it in, it's not moving. Whereas a lot of other eyeliners transfer from the top to the bottom.
Yeah.
So you want something that is easy to use but also dries down, and that's why I
Does
don't
it
put
matter
like
if it
these.
was from a drugstore or from a higher
No,
higher-end
it
brand?
definitely doesn't. Definitely doesn't. I just find you want something that, you know, if you don't like waterproof, like again, I don't really like waterproof, but in the summer, like I use waterproof mascara, eyeliner, and things like that. But these don't budge, and you know, there's some great, you know,
Yeah,
drugstore
brands.
products and high-end products. They do the same thing.
Yeah.
But some of them do budge, and you get that transfer above
Yeah,
or
that's-
They
below.
live with black
This
up here.
happens a lot.
Yes,
to
you know
me.
what I mean? And it
happens a
doesn't
lot.
matter if you're buying the highest end mascara or a cheap one. It just depends. Or you get mascara that falls out and you get those little balls everywhere, you know, underneath. So like you just want to look out for like subtle things like that. And then, you know, if the balls don't fall out, this is a good mascara. If it's not transferring, it doesn't have to be expensive. That doesn't even come into the situation at all, as long as it does what it says. So nothing too waxy, but something that's going to dry down the actual product, you know?
Well, let's put them to the test.
Let's do it, girls. I'm ready. I'm on a judging panel now. I love this.
Okay, so we want to nail the perfect eyeliner. So
Okay.
we'd like you to use these products. So these are Chanel Ions beauty products.
These
They're
are
available
Chanel.
to buy in Dubai.
They are available. They're available worldwide. So you
Nice.
can head over to Ion Beauty and get yours. I do have a black and I do have a brown, and I will have the whole PR kit set into you, but I didn't have time this morning.
Oh.
But I will have that arranged for you, ladies. And I think Ion should probably come on herself.
Yeah.
So I am brand
Yeah.
ambassador for Tony and Ian. So, but these I took when I knew we were doing an eyeliner segment. I'm like, okay, I have 2 left in stock because they're actually out of stock, but we will arrange to get it in for you. So I have a brown and I have a black. And some days I actually like a brown more than a black. It
Me
just,
too. I'm loving
it just
brown
depends. You
I think
know?
today's a
So-
brown day for me.
Are you going brown?
a
I
black
feel
day for
you're
me.
creamy, you're neutral, you're beige, so you can. You have a bit more cool undertone, so maybe you can use the black one.
Yeah, I should use
Okay.
black.
Okay.
Okay, so
Oh,
what
should
we're
we
going to do
try?
is first is we'd like you to teach us how to do it, like
Okay.
simple steps for eyeliner that anyone at home could apply on one eye, and then Mass and I will recreate it on
Okay,
the other
very
eye.
good. Are you going to do each other's or just...
No, do our own.
We'll do our own. we'll do
Okay,
our own.
okay. So first up we have the brown one. It's a beautiful, see, very creamy. So it goes on very quick.
get the
So
zoom in.
normally
Yeah.
you would just look directly into the camera. I don't know which camera I'm looking into. And you just want to
this
draw
camera here.
straight. So the best way you can do it is draw a straight line and just go under. But if you're not professional or you're feeling that panic, I suggest you just draw under and above. Don't bring it the whole way in. Just bring it half into the middle of the eye, and then just use your ring finger to rub it in. And then as you get better and better, it becomes much easier. But a smudge liner, literally,
I thought you put it on the white part.
of the inside of your line,
Yeah.
you can do that as well. That's the easiest part, though. I'm not going to make you do the easy part.
Oh,
For the
okay.
inside, anybody can do the inside. You don't need me to teach you that, guys, really.
I do.
Oh my
I
God,
really
well,
do.
of course. Shall I come?
Yes,
Yeah.
please. Okay, so we'll start with
Oh.
which eye can you zoom on best on Kirby? Probably the left one.
Yeah,
Okay,
here.
so can we see here?
I think you need to move a little bit to, yes. Can you show more of your side profile? Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. I'm using brown on Casey's inner waterline. Again, you can see that's been one swipe, literally,
Nice.
and it's done.
Mass is getting
But
extra
a
tips here.
super trick is for you to look down and always add it to the top of the waterline. You're not used to that, I can tell. But it closes in the eye and it connects the liner.
I'm liking the look of this.
Yes, you can keep
luckiness.
this one. And I will come over to you.
Okay,
You can have the black. Now I'm excited to see you both do it.
let's do one
No
of Massa's,
pressure.
and then we'll see if she can match it.
Let me try. I like to do like a really small winged eyeliner. on
Okay,
the
so we
side.
can do, you want to do a wing?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. We can get this one opened. We will do a wing. So again, for me, it's, again, super easy. These pencils are super creamy,
Wow.
but it dries down so it stays. So I'm not sure which angle or
Yeah.
camera. Close your eye, my love. I'm just going to bring it out right there. Open for me. Look down. And there we have a tiny little eyeliner.
Took you 2 seconds.
I know. I feel so guilty. I don't have time for a 10-minute eyeliner. It's literally on or off. And then you can just close, my love. You can bring it across the waterline. That's what I mean. They're so precise. And at the end of them, they have a little sharpener. So don't go sharpening it. And it makes it very pointy. So again, if you can't use this, ladies, then
They
we
have
a
a
problem.
sharpener.
They have a sharpener.
Oh.
So there you go. And then you
Dream.
can bring it over. And again, a little trick. Close, my love. You just smudge it in like that and see how quick.
Oh my gosh.
And look, you get that smoky eye.
That's absolutely perfection.
So here we go, ladies.
I
The
have
test is all
inspiration.
yours. The test is all
Oh,
yours.
God.
I'm looking forward to this.
Okay, guys, if you're just joining the show, we're getting the perfect eyeliner tips from celebrity makeup artist Maria Doyle. Now she's going to turn it on us. We've got 60 seconds to recreate the
Okay,
same look.
let's go, ladies.
Okay.
I'm going to go.
I feel pressured.
It's okay. I'm not really gonna. I'll judge on the quality of the work, not on the application.
Okay, I'm going top first. Okay, but
Okay.
that's the easy bit. Okay, I don't know where to go next.
You do what feels natural to you.
Uh,
Do you want a little bit of help, or I shouldn't? I don't know.
maybe some like.
Okay, you're going out of line there very fast. So what we'll do is, I'll put it in your waterline, and you have quite a big eye. So close your eye, my love. We can definitely bring it across your waterline. Again, I have no makeup brushes today, so this is how simple this is to work.
I'm cheating, but I'm so happy
Open
about
your
it.
eyes, look down. You can just use your finger to swipe that right there. Close your eye, we'll smudge it in a little bit. And there you have like a smudgy winged liner. If you can't do that at home, ladies, I don't know.
I can see myself in this camera, and I
Can you
could not.
I don't know which camera we're looking at, but you can see the difference. Oh, did we drop it?
Thank you.
Yes.
I feel
So-
like I cheated, but I've.
You did
I
cheat.
think mine is a bit more upwards and this is more downwards.
It's not downwards. It's. Let me have a see. My
We need a
eyesight.
proper mirror.
When you squint, close, my love.
Oh, you've
Squint,
done well.
you lose it. So look this way. Do you see where?
Yes.
I don't want to say it like I am the pro here, but
No, you are the pro.
there is a subtle difference. When you squint, yours is
Yeah.
disappears, whereas you can still see a bit. But you have the pencils. Bring them home.
Bring
Practice.
them home,
I will make
practice.
sure Ayan comes on the next time.
Yes, please.
And when she does come on, by then hopefully you can do your own eyeliner.
But those are great, by the way.
Oh, I don't go anywhere without. They're my last two, and they're out of stock the whole time. And I said, look, I rang Ayan and Tony, and I said, I need them for tomorrow. And they were like, we have none in stock. I'm like, okay, I have two left. I'm going to bring them, but I need them replaced immediately because I cannot be without them.
They're amazing.
They
It
are
was such an easy applicator.
And it will stay all day. That's
I'm going to be
when it's
rewatching this for tips. Really.
When it's on, it doesn't move. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't move. You can't get it off. So it's good. You're not going to have transfer anymore, ladies.
Look, we love women doing amazing things in the city, in this country, and you know, Chanel Ayan for this product and her beauty line, but also
Yes.
you for your incredible new beauty salon that people
Thank
can
you so
visit.
much, guys.
It's such an amazing journey, and congratulations to you.
Thank you, ladies, and thank you so much for
joining us.
having me
Thank you
and
for the
my
makeup.
amazing business partners, Samir and Sandra. Everybody's here. Everybody is out the back. We love you all. Of course, come into the salon yourselves, ladies. Get pampered. And everybody else, we're on the corner of Tamani Hotel, Dubai Marina, and we can't wait to welcome you all.
Thank you so
Oh,
much
thank
for your
you.
time
Thank
this
you,
morning,
everybody.
Maria. Thanks, Masa.
Thank you, Casey.
And that brings us to the very end of the Lovin Dubai show. Me and my slick eyeliner. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning, same time, same place. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.